Hi everybody, it's a beautiful day in my central Ohio garden and we have a treat for this video. As we all probably have, or well, I have, I guess I can only speak for myself. I've been like decorating nonstop for fall, and today we're gonna do probably the decorating project that excites me the most so far, because it's my favorite part of my garden. So we're going to decorate the greenhouse, outside of the greenhouse for fall, and I have some super pretty things to show you. So we're just gonna get going, because it'll be pretty easy, and I'll talk you through my thought process, and I'll show you the things that we have, like the plants. Oh, they're so pretty. And the pumpkins that we have are so super cool. So let's do that. As all of you, I'm sure, know, this is my greenhouse. It's still looking pretty good. We actually had rain recently. It's the first time in like a month since we've had rain. So it just doesn't look so dry now, and it looks lush and beautiful, and we've had a cool down. But as a reminder, we have already done these containers that flank the arbor of the greenhouse, and it has some sedum, a grass, a beautiful grass. This is the desert plain sedum. This, oh gosh, I can't remember what kind of sedum this is. I'll pop it on the screen. And then I believe these are the big top caramel, I believe. Heucheras, big top caramel apple, I think. And we're going to deck this out. Every year, myself and my family go to this festival, we go to this event called the Backwoods Fest. I guess it is a festival if it's called a fest. And it's in Thornville, Ohio. And there's just a bunch of sellers that make things. They're like selling their wares. And anyway, we went there. It was me, myself, my mom, my uncle Mike, and my Aunt Vicky. We went this year and had a great time. They have such delicious food, and we always go I like to get inspiration, but sometimes there's certain things where you're like, I need to have that. A lot of things, like, I feel like I could make myself if I'm interested in it, but sometimes there's just stuff you can't make. And this year, the only thing I got was pumpkins, I believe, and food. And that's what I want to show you next, because the pumpkins are so interesting. I love, I don't know. I love all pumpkins, but I like the weird, like the cool ones a lot. And it's these pumpkins right here. There's 8 of them that I got specifically for this greenhouse project. And I don't know what kinds they are, but they're super cool. And I really love this one because it's like a tan, like a really cool tan. But my idea is to stack these to make towers. And then we also have this menagerie of pumpkins and squash and gourds. We have some different shaped ones. There are these that look like some kind of alien baby that like sits on the top of your head and sucks your brains out. That's what those look like to me. And then we have some other ones that just look like tiny pumpkins with colors of sorts. And then we have the bigger ones in this wagon. I, again, don't know what any of these are actually called by name. These ones in this bucket wagon, good grief, are from a neighbor down the street, not too far away. They sell these, and I had to get some. And then the thing that's making me super excited are the plants that I have. Look at these beauties. And I know it looks like a lot, and that's what I'm going for. So let's start from the beginning. All of these plants right here, I got at Strader's Garden Center. And I like getting my mums from Strader's Garden Center because they sell hardy mums. So it gives you the opportunity to put these in the ground after you have used them up for the season in your containers. So these two right here, which are massive, massive plants, these are called Moon Glow White. And I just like how they are white, but they also are like buttery yellow because of the buds. And then the center of the white plant, or the white flower. And this says they get 12 to 15 inches tall. Next to that, we have two of these beautiful kales. These are called peacock white flowering kales. And these say plant and sun or part sun, 20 inches apart. I love the way that this grows. Like, I like the color. I love how it's like white in the center and then it spreads out to like this icy blue. It's super pretty. Behind that, we have two super, super pretty rudbeckias. And these are called Sunbeckia Graffiti Cherry. Sun to part shade, 14 to 16 inches tall. They have kind of, I don't know, like a little bit of like a strawberry color to them, and some orange and yellow and apricot, and they're just very, very beautiful. And I'm excited because they're just loaded with buds. This very bright pop of color that you're seeing back here, we've actually used this, not these, like I didn't steal these from my mom, but I went back and got some of these celosia plants that we used at mom's house. This is the Flama Rose celosia, and it says plant in full sun 10 to 12 inches apart, grows 9 to 11 inches tall, which I actually don't believe because these are already much taller than that. But they're very pretty. I like that they give me a red, but it's like a fuchsia. So it's like it's a very pleasing color to the eye, and it's super bright. So I have two of those. And then, believe it or not, I did get some red mums, but I have used these in another container. These are the Avalon Reds, and they're not blooming yet, but there were some that were blooming at the garden center, and they were magnificent. These get 12 to 15 inches tall. Over here, we have Sundance Yellow. It's a very yellow, like a golden yellow. And these say 12 to 15 inches wide. Or no, tall, sorry. But this one specifically has like a, well, you can see it, like a bluer foliage than the one behind it. So I like that there's like a variety of, I don't know, foliage and mums. But these back here are probably my favorite mum today. These are called Amico Bronze, and it says they want sun, 15 inches tall, 17 to 20 inches wide, water daily. But the thing that I love about them is they do have a very bronze orangey color when they are bloomed out. But look at the buds next to them. They're like a pink. So the colors together, I don't know. If I saw only this color and the buds were not pink, I don't know that I would be as drawn to this mum as I am. But because it's a mixture of the two colors, I just find it fascinating. It's so pretty. So the reason I have so many plants and so many pumpkins is because I want the front of the greenhouse to just be full, super full from the start. And we're gonna kind of do like an alley, or like our walkway that we have here. We're gonna be lining the sides of the walkway. I will be like scavenging around my garden looking for containers that I'm not using. I'll like to use like galvanized containers, especially in the fall. I'll grab some of my terracottas, and a lot of these actually might stay in their nursing containers, because if I'm putting it on the ground and then I'm putting pumpkins around them, I don't really need to pot them up as long as I keep them wet. So that's what we're gonna do. Just picture it. Both sides of the walkway overflowing, and we have like an alley of pumpkins. We will have to do something with this pumpkin vine. It is originating all the way over there from the trellis, and it has come down here and it's curving around. And I do have a pumpkin growing on it, as you can see. Look at that. So what I probably will try to do is pick the whole vine up and see if I can move it over there to get it out of the way right here. Just because I think it'll kind of, I don't know, it's already like in the way because it's hard to walk over to get to the raised bed area. But I do know that I will be taking the plants out of these galvanized containers because they're just splayed out and I'm ready for something new. We might potentially keep the Dusty Miller. This is the new look Dusty Miller that I started in my greenhouse, but we will see. It depends on if it looks good with other things. And I would like to take out this Supertunia right here, which did not do all that well. So it's probably operator error, but I would like to put something new in that pot. My plan is to just start from the front right here and work my way towards the greenhouse, because I would obviously like to have like a pretty full display right at the entrance, and then we'll make our way. It might get less towards the greenhouse, but I don't know, because we have quite a lot of things. And if I over purchase, then that's fine too, because I could just put the mums or whatever I don't use somewhere else. It's not going to hurt. I have a back patio that I didn't plan on decorating this year, but if I have extra, I could totally do that. So that's our goal. Here's where I'm at so far. I don't know that I've gotten very far, but it does feel like I've done something at least. I put the start of my arrangement right here. I love it. I love how things are stepped down correctly. So there's the taller pot, then we have the pumpkins, then we have the mum. It's going to be very pretty. And I love the colors of the pumpkins that got stacked. And then I did end up moving the pumpkin vine. It is going to look a little wimpy right now. I had it standing up, but the breeze just knocked it over. But over time, these leaves that are pointing that way will end up straightening back up, and they will provide some shade or like a canopy for this pumpkin right here. But I did have to cut off 2 leaves, and it's solely because I just couldn't walk through here, and this is a path that I take like every time I'm out of the greenhouse. And I also removed the 2 planters that were right here and tossed the plants, and then I cleaned the planters themselves. So now I can actually walk through here. I think what I actually am going to do next is what I said I wasn't going to do. I said I was going to start here and just make my way all the way to the end. But I think what I would like to do is do something right here. So I just need to put a new plant in this pot, and then I would like to get maybe like see if I have a box of some kind and do just like an arrangement here of some sort, and then I'll be able to like create the aisles. But I feel like I need to make like a statement right here as well. I wanted to stop again to explain how my mind works with this. So I love how full it is already, and it's only going to get fuller. And I do think that I'll have extra plants, but anyway, here's how my mind is working. So I knew that right here we needed some big statement pieces. So that's the first thing that we did. And then I realized that I just needed something taller to kind of have like a show piece, I guess, next to the door. So I stacked up some old like boxes that I have, and then I put one of the celosias in a watering can with a pumpkin. So then it gives you height back there, and then it allows me to continue down this aisle. And I wanted to make like instead of just doing a straight line of pumpkins, I wanted to do like a really heavily concentrated area, and then it thins out. So that's where my mind is at. And then I had extra baskets, so I put the kale. I did have it in just their plastic containers, but I like the basket look better. I feel like it just finishes it off more. And then I added some larger pumpkins. So now what I'm gonna do is start filling in with some of these smaller like pumpkins and squashes that I have, or squash plants or vegetables that I have. And yeah, but I definitely think we'll have extra plants. It may be, or probably is, way too much back here, but I don't care. I absolutely love it. It's my favorite thing I've done for fall this year. I don't know. It's just so, there's so much. It's so much to look at. I just think it's really cool looking. But I also believe that you can decorate too much for sure. But I feel like when you're decorating for like fall or Christmas or whatever holiday you like to decorate for, I kind of feel like it's okay during those times to like do a lot. And I do that too for Christmas, but it's a lot back here. But I think it's so pretty. I wasn't going to use a lot of the mums that I got. I was going to put them on the back deck. And then I was thinking, well, I could just like cover the whole front of the greenhouse. So let me turn around and show you. It's so pretty. I love it. It's kind of this view right here that I think, yes, like that's, oh my gosh. And isn't that celosia just like a beacon? It's so vibrant. But anyway, let's start from one side and move over to the other. We will start over here. So as you saw, we did a bunch of pumpkins in the middle with those bronze mums. And then I ended up adding some more pumpkins and squash just because I felt like it needed just a little bit more. And then over here, I ended up doing like a little menagerie of plants. So we have the rudbeckia in the middle, and then I don't remember which colors. It doesn't really matter. I think it might be red and yellow mums. And then we have some cute little pumpkins. And I ended up using a lot of my like planters that I had summer stuff in. I pulled the summer stuff out. So that's like a terracotta one on the right. This is like a cast iron like bucket. And then I have a square galvanized container for that mum. And we will just go across the front and then we'll go down the aisle. So like I said, this is beautiful. I really love these red looking pumpkins. They really stick out like a lot. It's a really pretty color. And then over here, I had another like, I don't know, I don't think this is terracotta, but it's like some kind of cheap clay pot that I got from Home Depot years ago. But oh goodness, I want to say that's a yellow mum in that one. And then over here, I have another celosia, and I have it in like a taller galvanized container with some pumpkins. And I love that you can see the other one behind it back there. And then over here on the far left, my left, is another terracotta planter with a mum and pumpkins. And then here we go, walking down the aisle. Dun, 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 dun. Just kidding. I like that I decided to do pockets of things instead of just a straight line. Yeah, I think it looks better that way. But we have the white mums here. I think they were moon glow. And then the white kale with just a grouping of pumpkins. And then back here we have another celosia with a whole bunch of pumpkins, boxes, flowering or watering pot, galvanized watering pot. And then I ended up putting the other rudbeckia in this planter. I still have to water things in, so there's that. But I love it. I'm interested in what you guys think. I mean, I'm doing this because I want to do it and I love it. So I don't think anyone could change my mind about that. But I just like to hear like what other people think, you know. Some people like to, they're like very minimal, like minimalist, and some people are maximalists. Some people fall in the middle. I don't know. I kind of like to see what people think. I kind of wish that all the mums were blooming just so you could get the full, like the full effect. But I also don't wish that happened because I don't buy mums traditionally when they're blooming, just because if you do, they don't last as long. So I will give you guys updates once things are like full bloom, and it's gonna be very pretty. So anyway, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon. Keep learning and keep growing.